Well, hello there. Hi there. Welcome to Just Bird. So, what's on my table today? It looks like a big old mess, but hopefully, I can create something with this big mess and make something beautiful. We're going to try anyway. So, what do I have here? Well, all of my items have been sourced from my local thrift store. Um, I don't believe in buying anything brand new when you don't have to, right? Like I don't have to. And I don't want to. Not for junk journaling. It's supposed to be junk. So I go to my thrift store and I buy some junk, which turns out to be some pretty good junk if you ask me. My last haul video I did, I this is the binder, book binder and laminator that I paid $12.99 for, and when I opened it up, I wish I would have done it on camera. Brand new, it's still in the plastic. So I just wanted to pull it out. I pulled out the instructions. Everything else is still in the plastic. Even the like the covers that they have in there. There's paper and laminating plastic or whatnot, laminating paper in there as well. So everything was just as uh, it was purchased. So the instructions are very simple and easy. So I thought I would give that a whirl in a, in the future, and just try it out, laminate some things. I have a bunch of tags that I cut, and I might laminate a tag or two for a journal, or just make a bookmark or something. And I also like to, for my junk journal, is have a writing mat. I saw a lady do it from Treasure Books. She puts a writing mat in the back of the journals because many of the papers are like not inside the book. It's like paper that you pull out, so you have a writing space included within the journal. I thought that was a unique and great idea, and since I have the laminator, that is what I'm going to use that for, um, and a bookmark or tag or two within the journals that I'd be creating. Anyhow, today I'm going to make some clusters, and I pulled out a couple of stamps. This I pulled out this script, but it's more like a billing script. What does this say? It doesn't say the name of it there, but whatever. I'm going to use this one and the postage stamp from this one. So, whatever. And maybe read the fine print. Maybe. Next time I should do that. I have some, I don't know, tea stain, coffee stain, but on the back of this is mica stain. I was just testing it out to see what it would look like. I like the shimmer, so I might get used on this side, some may be used on this side. I have a few sheets of just plain watercolor paper here. It's the thin watercolor. So that's what I'm going to be building, and I have a sheet of music sheet, and a bunch of ephemera. But my inks, I have black archival ink for the stamping, and then I have some distress oxide for the ground espresso for, edging purposes, and rusty hinge. I don't know if I will use this, but I'm going to open it anyway. I purchased these full-size distress oxide pads on Etsy for $3.99 each. So they are new, but I'm not paying, retail cost, because I don't know, Amazon, they're about $10 or more, and I'm not sure about scrapbooking.com. Their prices seem to be really outrageous. The uh, embossing machine that I purchased, it's the Spellbinders Platinum 6. They the one that I purchased is like barely used, and wow, it makes a huge difference. I love the crank, it's so smooth on it. I just went to town cutting, die cutting some things, mostly tags and different styles, scallop tags, regular tags, blah 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 blah. However, the difference, it just makes such a difference utilizing that machine versus the one that I purchased off of Amazon. And I only paid $12.99 for the spellbinders at my local thrift store, and they run $175 on on Amazon, I believe, or at Spellbinders at one of the places. 100. Oh, Simon Says Stamps is $175. At scrapbooking.com, $185. Etsy, $213, and for a used one off eBay, $100. So I struck gold with that one item. And I also picked up the Ranger little mini stapler for $1.99, and it came with extra staples and everything. So this, I have spun sugar because I would like to create some pink, like vintage pink, and I also pulled out the seedless preserve, but I think I'm going to do like the spun sugar, and maybe the border will be with the seedless preserves, but I probably just use the walnut stain or the ground espresso anyway. But we'll see. And like I said, for the script, I am going to use archival ink just because I don't know. This is by Ranger, but it's so thin in comparison to these other ones. So I don't know. I got them during my shopping spree at the thrift store. So I'm just gonna, let me see, is this the right way? I can't tell which way the script, okay, which way the script is. So let me just ink her up and go to town. I'm just going to put some script on the tea stain and start ripping the paper when I'm done doing this. Let's see. Should probably move these out of the way. I'm so over purchasing like ephemera books off Amazon because they all seem, okay, so that's upside down. They all seem to be AI generated. I ordered 1950s, right? Uh, Ephemera book. Such a disappointment because nothing in it resembles the 1950s. The women look modern, like because they're one AI generated. That's probably the reasoning for that. But whatever, I'm just over it. I'm so sick of people just making bank off of producing crap and selling it at, a hefty price. I think it is hefty when you're not getting what you actually thought you were getting. And here's what they do. They don't put any of the pages on Amazon. They just show you the cover photo of the magazine and or booklet, whatever you would like to call it, but nothing else. Like nothing else. So then you go to open the book and it's a bunch of junk that is not 1950s. It's just like, terrible. Oh, well, I inked there. Oh, well. It's just a mat anyway. Mats are meant to get dirty, but this one's pretty. It has butterflies and flowers on it, but again, it's just a mat. Who cares? I might do some of these in the brown as well. But I could use my craft mat instead of... Can I get one more? Maybe. With this black ink. Good enough, because it's just the background. It's not like, you know... Oh my goodness, I'm knocking everything down. Everything. Anyway, you're getting the idea here, what I'm actually doing. It's just creating a background. And that's it. I'm actually just killing time and trying to avoid the Crockett because she's been very needy the past few days. Like, very needy. I tried to convince her, like, we're not in menopause anymore, darling. We are post-menopause. You don't get to have that needy time anymore. You don't get to go into heats anymore. Because that's what she does. She gets very needy when it's time for her to go in heat. But she did not go in heat, so I'm very happy with that. We're old ladies. I just convinced her, like, we're old ladies. We don't go into heat anymore. Yeah. Try convincing a cat that she's not allowed to go in heat anymore. You can convince a cat to do anything. You really can't. They just minds of their own. But she's such a sweetheart. But she is turning 9 in June. So, yeah, we're over the heat thing. Completely over it. Hopefully. Keep telling myself we're completely over it, but maybe she's not. Definitely don't want the archival ink to dry on my craft mat. My goodness. Did y'all have a good Easter? Did you celebrate? Do you celebrate? I do not. You know, like, it doesn't have anything to do with bunnies, and I love bunnies and all of that, but you know, we dumb down everything. People who are not Christian celebrate Christmas. I never could understand that. Like, if you identify as pagan, why are you celebrating Christmas? Because it's just a commercialized junk holiday, and they've just taken, you know, everything away, everything meaningful, and dumbed everything down. So, like, Easter doesn't feel like the resurrection. Just doesn't. It feels like dumbed down to some spoiled eggs or spoiled rotten people, you know. Instead of teaching the children what the holiday's actually about, we teach them that it's about bunnies and, you know, Easter egg hunts. S- Stupid. Which have nothing to do with the actual holiday. So I could really wrap my brain around that, you know. I don't like it, and if you don't participate in it, then don't participate in it, you know. If you're identifying one way, I never could just really understand why people celebrate when they're not, you know, Christian. Because and then people celebrate who are very against Jesus. Like, just say the word Jesus and they go ballistic. Like, seriously ballistic. It's like, and they talk down, and they I guess I just don't understand. Like, if you don't like the Lord, then why are you participating in these holidays? It just seems very inauthentic to who they say they are. And in the tarot community, many people are not Christian, but they all celebrate, they identify as witches. Like, if you're a witch, why are you celebrating Christmas again? I'm just curious. Like, what is that about? I don't really understand. I'm just gonna put a few of these around because I can. This stamp seems like it was never used. It was very um, stuck to the plastic. Like, it had a really good grip on there. Alright, I think I'm done. Maybe I'll try a couple more. Since there's still ink on there, may as well. And then that's it for the background or backdrop or whatever you want to call it. We'll call it whatever it is. We don't know what it is until I'm done seeing what it is. Clusters. Now, I am not, like I said, I am not, this is not my forte. But I'm going to try it anyway. What did I do with the other blocks? Like, where did I put them? My goodness. I don't even have a clue. I don't know what I did with them. It's not like they're not big blocks. Like, and the one is bigger than this one. So where is it? What did I... Oh, come on. Well, did I put them under this? No. Does anybody else have this problem? Like, where you have something and then it just disappears on your desk? My goodness. There's only so much room and I haven't gotten up anywhere, so where in the God's green earth did I put them? It's gonna drive me nuts until I find them, so I'm gonna pause until I find them. Well, that didn't take long. They were sitting right behind me. Like, whatever. Now I know where they're at. Put them all over here. Get them back together. But for a thinner stamping block, it worked quite nice, in my opinion. Alright, so clusters. Clusters. My goodness. I've got glue, I have staples, I have tape for these, like these washi type stickers. Sometimes they're very hard. So I saw a lady put tape on the back and pull the backing off, and it seemed easier, but I tried it before and it didn't work for me. I don't know. It's probably just me. So let me just start tearing. Alright. So we'll start with that. And then let's do some leaner ones because I have some tags that are smaller, and then I have larger tags. So let's this one over here. I'm gonna rip this one in half for those larger tags because they're larger. And I can just go over here. Alright. Now, let me begin. Now I have Tim Holtz people, but I feel like they might be a little too large for some of my my tags. So these ones will be used for the smaller tags, but I have some people in here. Let's see. Alright, so here's some little Jennies. We've got tags even. Alright, and some people here. Let me get these situated, because I think I'm just going to use this today alongside of some other things for some of these. A little witch, as I speak about witches. The witch community. Nothing against the witches. I don't mind the witches. I just don't understand. That's all. I don't identify as a witch. I'm sure there's some people in my life that would disagree with that statement. They might just change it to the B, but to each his own. Okay, so here's some numbers, but I have metal numbers as well that I could incorporate. We'll see. Alright, these are just plain. And thank you. Alright, no thank you. I want the peoples. And some words. I like that. That'll look nice. Let me see. Maybe just make this a tag of its own and put a little cluster on it. I'll try. Where are the rest of the letters? I mean the numbers. I only have a couple? Or are they floating around? I think I could have just used this paper as well as something in the background or whatever. Oh, they're not in there. Well, whatever. Maybe they're in between these tags or something. I don't know. Nope. Okay, well, whatever. Let's see what we're doing. Maybe I will work on a tag. Maybe just a plain small tag. That's even a little bit too big. Alright. I want a piece of, maybe a piece of this. Oh, that's gonna dull. Let me use fabric shears for this. That's some very sturdy ribbon. But I don't want to dull my little shears. But then again, is that going to be too big? Maybe. Maybe, baby. That on there with, what, a date, maybe, and a number? Something like that. Boom. And maybe we'll use the number, I don't know if this is a 9 or 6, but we're going to make it a 9. Alright, now just get them together. I'm just going to staple them. Staple, 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 I believe. Should I ink her up and ink those numbers? I think I should ink everything. Let's see. Okay, some ground espresso. We'll ink the people and whatever. Just inkety, ink, ink, ink. And that's how I'm going to spend the next at least hour of my life, doing little tags or whatnot.